Is it possible for me to check the, the autofocus, the eye on the cinema?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See if it's enabled.
Got my eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward for that.
You can see it switching between face and
Yeah,
the
face and
eye.
eye. Hey, I'm Kolbasia and welcome to Tascam. If you are here for the first time, I'm giving away this Maverick Air drone when I reach 1,000 subscribers. 3 steps for you to take. First, you have to subscribe to my channel and also press the notification bell next to it. Second thing, like this video. Third and last thing, go in the comment box below, comment and write your name, say I enter. That's all. So let's get back to the video. This is the camera that I was waiting for when this one came out. Is it the feedback from
No,
this?
it was designed a few years back. It just
Is it really?
Yep.
It's a few years
it wasn't a reaction to the R5.
Really?
They were just designed together. It just this, as I
Yeah.
said, the R5C is a cinema camera. That's why as you can see
Yeah, let's see.
like with the C70,
Yeah.
and then that's.
So why can't this not release this one first? Then I didn't have to buy the.
I'll speak to Mr. Japan, Canon in Japan, maybe. Not sure why they released one before the other. But
Yeah. So, yeah.
as I said, they're both hybrid cameras. It just depends on what's the focus, if it's stills or video. So.
Because you know the fact that I purchased this one and this one is to have this one, isn't it? Yeah.
Almost. I mean,
No,
there are
that's-
obviously differences, but yeah, I mean, the R5 will work really well with the C70. The
Yeah.
R5C can work on its own, or it works well with the C70.
Yeah, I think for me right now, I think that for my situation, the R5C work very well with the C70.
Definitely, yeah.
Then I can have A and B in camera, and when I take still pictures, bam, I have
Yeah, I mean,
that.
the R5C can be a camera that works on its own,
Yeah.
video and stills.
Yeah.
It can work alongside the R5 if it's like wedding photographer / videographer.
Exactly. Yeah.
It can work well with the C70.
Yeah.
It can work well with our C300 III.
Yeah.
And it can even work well with our C500.
No, that's right. Yeah. I mean, it's a camera that I'm looking for, probably to replace the EOS R5 one. Yeah, because I think the EOS R5, the challenge for me with the EOS R5 is the record limit and also the overheating. I went to Greece with the EOS R5, and in the summer it was like 45 degrees stuff. So yeah, I understand. So yeah.
The great thing about the R5C, which again it is a hybrid camera, but it is video first. So for those that do more video, but they want the flexibility to have control over stills, this is the camera for them. 45 million pixels. So when it comes to the stills capability, this camera can do exactly what the R5 can do.
Yeah.
The only difference is you don't have IBIS or the IS.
Yeah.
Take that out of the equation, you still have the 45 million pixels, you do have the 20 frames per second, face detection, eye detection, animal tracking, vehicle tracking with the firmware update added to the R5. So you have all that on the still side.
Yeah.
Video is where you see the bigger difference, because the minute you switch the camera to video, you'll see the familiar menu from the C70.
From the C70.
You do have the option to obviously record raw 8K, up to 60. Obviously, you need external power, but if you're not recording raw, you do have XFAVC, which is an easier format to work with, plus the MP4. You have different sensor modes, so that's a Super 35 mode sensor. This is a full frame camera, but it does give you the option to go down to Super 35 mode if you want to, or even Super 16. You do have all the assist functions as well, so you've seen them on the C70, like the waveform monitor. false color. You still have obviously peaking, zebra, so it does help in terms of exposure and autofocus. The autofocus, as cinema cameras go, it does have the best autofocus we have in video cameras.
That's one thing that it really interests me. You know, the autofocus, because that's the not the 2-1 is the one, right?
Not
And-
not
dual
dual
that.
pixel CMOS AF2
Two.
is the one.
Yeah, the one.
But even
And-
with the one, we've improved it from like even from the C70, because obviously you've got, as I said, you have the head detection, you have the eye.
Oh, so you got
tracking.
the eye here. Oh, that's okay. Because you haven't got the eye here. So you got the eye here. Because I really want waiting when I'm gonna be. Because you know the autofocus with the C70 as a cinema per se is great, and the issue come when in a low light, and if there is no contrast of, I mean, just a little bit, because I done quite a test to see how to maximize the autofocus, and because it hasn't got the eye, it's only the face, the tech one. Because if the contrast is not quite there, so then you struggle a little bit, and especially with the dark skin one. So I think I'm really pleased that in the EOS R5C one there's an eye. One more question about the autofocus. So then, you know, in the photo side, the autofocus, is it the same as the R5? So only on the cinema side that is different.
Yeah.
Is it possible for me to check the, you know, the autofocus, the eye on the cinema? Yeah.
See if it's enabled.
Got my eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward for that.
You can see it switching between face and
Yeah,
the
face
eye.
and eye. And has it got dual ISO or no?
Yeah.
Okay, dual ISO. Yeah, but it hasn't got the.
It's not video.
Yes. Sorry, yeah, you play empty this question, don't you? Yeah, okay, it's not.
But yeah, so you do have, it does help. So if you tend to shoot a higher ISO, choosing the higher base ISO, like in C-Log, you've got 800 and then you have 3200. You do have the automatic selection, so the camera, based on the ISO you choose, the camera will choose the correct base ISO.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
to give you the
great.
best quality, the performance, and the best dynamic range.
Yeah, so it has a auto ISO. So then
Automatic selection.
yeah, automatic selection. So you said your low
you
one
see-
and the highest one.
No, so basically, when you go to the dual base ISO option on there, you have two values. You have the lower one. So when you see it, for example, you have 800 and you have 3200.
Yeah.
And then there is automatic selection. So rather than you selecting which base ISO to use, you let the camera decide based on the ISO you set the camera.
Okay.
So if say you're using ISO 1600 or 3200, let's say 3200, and you were on base ISO 800, you'll have to go through the menu and change it to base ISO 3200. Whereas if you have it on the automatic selection, the camera will switch from base ISO 800 to base ISO 3200.
Okay.
So that would be the better one for the ISO. Same if you're using 6400 ISO or even higher.
Okay.
The camera will choose the higher base ISO rather than the lower.
Okay. Right. And one thing that's really exciting to have it here, you know the touch screen control, touch control.
Is the same as the
Yeah.
C70. So literally you can switch from the C70 to the R5C, and
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
confusing because it's exactly where you would do with the
Yeah.
C70.
Definitely, I think that was one of exciting elements. I mean, in the tool.
It is, I think, to be honest, I think that's hopefully a touch interface that we'll keep on, we'll have in the newer C300 when that happens, and the 500, because obviously we had it in the C70.
Yeah.
Then we applied it to the XF605 camcorder because that has the same touch interface.
Yeah.
And now the R5C.
R5.
And hopefully we'll see more in the other cinema well, future cinema EOS cameras.
And in terms of recording 8K 60p, you need a power bank or you need a external.
External power, yes,
external
because
power.
I mean the camera will let you do it with the battery.
Yeah.
The only thing is if you have it at 50, you still have the autofocus, but if you have it at 60,
Yeah.
basically the lens operation is disabled, so you're almost like using a manual
okay,
lens.
manual
And then
lens.
the performance of the camera is not guaranteed. That's what we recommend.
Okay.
If you're going to be recording 60, definitely using external power, especially if you have the Tascam XLR adapter on the top.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
going to be
yeah.
taking power as well from the camera.
Yeah.
So yeah, having external power source would be the best option.
That's only on when you're recording 60. Anything below is fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But as I said, if you know you're going to be recording for hours
Yeah. Yeah.
and you don't want it to stop, you might as well just use that external power anyway.
Yeah. Those. Yeah. And how?
The fan is very quiet.
Oh yeah, because from here I can hear nothing. Yeah, I didn't.
You do have different settings,
Yeah.
but it is very quiet. So.
Yeah. But here, then I can hear it was still really low. So what?
Yeah, you have low, medium, and high.
Okay. Yeah, but here you don't even realize that there's a fan is going.
Yeah, as I said, the low is.
Yeah. Okay,
very,
that's. I mean, that's good. And you know the menu. I mean the button there.
Oh yeah, so similar to the C70,
Yeah.
you have the numbers on the buttons. So the same way you can customize the buttons on the C70, you can do that on there. And obviously, when you switch it to the photo, whatever you had it customized, it will still. So if you customize the buttons to do something different in the photo, it will remain like that, and then the video customization will still remain. So there is no, basically, it doesn't mean that if you change it in video, it will change in stills.
Okay.
But it's just easier because it's a cinema camera. You have the numbers and you customize them the same way you customize them on any other cinema EOS camera.
Okay. One question.
I know it's fine.
With the EOS R5, when you are on a photo side, you can also shoot video. No? So that's gone
Yeah.
now.
So with the R5, you save the video settings on C3.
C3,
And the minute you press recording while in stills, it will record based on those settings.
Yeah.
We don't have that option on that.
Okay. So it's just like a two camera in one body, right?
In video,
In video.
you can customize a button to do stills.
It's like the C70.
But in stills,
Yeah.
there is no button to do video. I mean, we've had feedback. If it's something that they can add,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But yeah, as it stands, in photo, it's only photo. And then if you want to do video, you need to click that switch.
So now,
Yes.
when you're in video, you customize the button to take still.
It won't be a 45 million pixels.
All right. Okay.
Like a grab from the video, basically.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
And it depends on what resolution you're at, then yeah. But
Okay.
it won't be 45 million pixels.
But if you're on 8K, the resolution is great.
Yeah, but not in RAW. You do it in MP4 or XFAPC, so it's not going to be the same high resolution.
Oh, okay.
And even the look would be different because the video look is different to the stills.
Yeah, and also if you're recording, so it hasn't got the C-Log too.
You've got 3.
C-Log
C-Log 3, again, Log 2 is beneficial if you have a sensor that has 15 or higher stops of dynamic range.
Yeah.
The sensor on the R5 C and the R5 is around 14 stops. There is no, I mean, we could have added a C-Log 2, it would have been fine. You won't see the benefit, apart from having to spend more hours than C-Log 3, editing that, the C-Log 3 gives you 14 stops.
With the C70, you don't
That's
spend.
16 stops of dynamic range.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't spend hours editing. With
C-Log 2 is harder to grade than C-Log 3.
Yes, I think, and I agree.
If you're paying someone to do it, it's,
No, but if you have a very powerful, computer, I think I'm all my C70, I'm just editing in C-Log 2.
Okay.
Yeah, everything just C-Log 2. I just record C-Log 2.
I mean, yes, as I said, that camera, because
Yeah.
of the dynamic range it captures,
Exactly. Yeah.
it benefits, but as for that,
Yeah.
you're getting around 14 stops. C-Log 3 is fine for that. As I said, give you the C-Log 2 to use it, but you're not going to see the benefit because the sensor doesn't give you 15 or 16 stops of dynamic range.
When you crop, not to crop, when you change the sensor mode to Super 35 or Super 16, do you lose image quality or is it the same? Because I think the Super 35, I think that you only can record up to 5.9K. Okay.
Which is almost 6K.
Yeah.
You still, I mean, the 4K in Super 35 mode is oversampled from the 5.9K, so it's still a very high resolution 4K.
Yeah.
Same thing for Full HD in Super 35.
The Full HD also oversampled from 5.
When you're in full frame, the Full HD is oversampled from the 8K.
From the 8K?
Yes.
Oh,
when you're in Super 35, it's oversampled from 5.9K.
Oh, wow. Then probably we're just going to be shooting full HD then.
As I said, even you looking, that's why I think I expect the majority of people with the R5C using XFAVC 4K because the quality out of that bit, as I said, coming from an 8K, even you start comparing it to the C70 and that might still have the edge sometimes.
No, because with the R5, when you shoot...
the 4K HQ.
Yeah, 4K HQ is better than the 4K on the C70
because that
again
oversampled from the 8K.
Yes, because it's more, sharp, crispy, and the Super 16 is not oversampled. It's a 2K.
It's from a 2.9K again.
Okay, the 2.9K. Okay.
So doubt with that you're only doing 2K full HD.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you can load LUT on the card.
So you do have the viewing LUT, obviously,
Yeah.
but similar to the C70 again, you have the look file that you can bake into the footage if you shoot in C-Log. Yeah.
Okay, you bake it straight away or you just...
No, same as you can do on C70.
Okay, on the C70.
You do have the option to use it just as a viewing LUT, but if you bake it, that's it.
Oh no, I don't want to bake it because I want to edit. Yeah, I want to edit it later. Just to give me...
sometimes if you want to avoid post or editing afterwards,
There might be a job that doesn't want the flat file.
Yeah, that's
at
the
end
thing.
as well.
Yeah.
Just straight to web type stuff.
Yeah, I think why dynamic range is no bad because sometimes if I just want to do a quick job with the C70, I use the wide dynamic range and
wide DR is great, and so you have wide DR on this.
Yeah.
But if you have a look that you want to apply, they said you can basically upload it to the camera as a look file and bake it straight into the footage, and it's ready to use straight out of camera. Whereas obviously, if you want to edit, then that's a different story. So.
Okay, one more question. The C70, the speed booster 0.71.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it gonna be working on this one too?
You can use it on that in Super 35 mode.
Oh, in the Super 35?
Yeah, full frame.
Would there,
No.
would there be a reason for it though?
If you can basically get 5.9K full frame.
Right. Ah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
See,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but you may as well just shoot with the full frame
And
come down from the.
No,
8K
it's just if you have the F lenses.
Yeah.
And you want to get full frame, but you don't want an 8K RAW, you want a lower res.
Yeah.
Obviously, in full frame, you either get 8K RAW.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
But
yeah, I think because I think so sometimes I think if you want to do you don't want to go to the 8K thing.
That makes the camera really flexible.
Yeah.
To have that option.
Yeah.
As well. Like
And
the
then-
older EF lens.
And then do you get the one stop?
you still get the lens will still be stop brighter.
Is it? Oh, really? It's like this. It's like the C70. Oh, that's great because it's not the same with the EOS R5. No, yeah, okay. All right, that's good. And is it on target to be delivered first week of March?
When?
first week of March.
It's the first week of March.
Sales start March, wasn't it? That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's, to be honest, we're looking at mid to end of March, but
Okay.
that would be for those that put the pre-order or their
Yeah.
name on the order list a month ago.
Oh yeah, I think I mean, you know, before
Did
I
you
did,
put your name on?
yeah, I did put my name
Okay.
on the same day, which was
Okay.
Yeah, so you would.
Then
Yeah,
you'll probably be in that first selection.
yeah, because when I did ask you what is the number, I mean, they said I'm the second person to order it, so
oh, that's good.
Okay. Then you should be the second person to get it as soon as it comes in. I would have thought.
exactly.
Because if
So
you ordered it now, I don't think you'd see it until April.
Yeah.
Sometime. Maybe late April.
yeah, you
So,
know,
yeah.
I did I did play my game very early.
But yeah, that's very good.
Good.
Yeah, yeah,
So you will be one of the first ones to get it.
exactly. Thank you. And you know the Tascam, so you don't have
Sadly, I don't have one here.
Okay.
Because obviously we don't make it. It's Tascam do make it, and as I said, they make similar unit to for Nikon and similar unit for Fuji. I literally just sit on top, and as I said, you can choose for it to take the power from the camera, or you can power it separately. But it means there is no mess like cables that go in from that Tascam to talk to the camera. It can talk directly to the camera.
That's not in stock yet. That's pre-order at the moment. So.
Okay. Okay, you can pre-order, yeah. I think then I'm gonna pre-order later then. I mean, better to be safe when it's safer. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Tascam guys did say we're supposed to start shipping in January, but I think maybe
January next year.
no, it was meant to be January this year,
Okay.
but we still no sign of them, so I'm not sure what's happening.
Alright.
Hopefully, by the time the camera starts shipping,
Yeah.
their units will start shipping.
Okay. So no overheating, no record limit. We
The
bypass
only thing
that.
that can limit you is obviously if you record it from the battery, you know, once you hit
Yeah,
42 an hour,
Yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
need a new battery
And the size
or
of
a
the
memory
car.
card. Yeah.
Okay, the size of the car. Yeah. And yeah. So okay, no recording.
Sorry, I'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you. Hasn't got that's maybe I'm looking too much. SDI.
Oh no! So you've got time code in and out.
Yeah, time
So you
coding.
can sync cameras.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got micro HDMI, so the same as the
The same
R5.
as R5.
But then again, if you were to get, I mean, you find your way around it, but you can get the angle kind of micro HDMI cable.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the system I have is strong.
Oh yeah, the way you've got it is well
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
secure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's secure there. Yeah. No, I don't have a problem with that. And also, I don't have a problem with a mini XLR.
XLRs, isn't it? Yeah. So
Yeah. It's not a problem for me. So that's the recording button.
Yeah.
is
that's the
right.
recording button, and then there are two buttons there, like number 10,
Yeah, number
and there
10.
is one at the back next to the menu
Oh yeah.
with the a red ring around them.
So you got number 10, and
then next to the menu,
yeah, here.
yeah. So you can use those buttons as recording buttons as well.
Oh, great. And
Same as like on the C70,
On the
with the
C70.
number 4 on the side.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's a shutter then. The shutter release. This one take picture.
In stills, yes.
Yeah, it's still pictures. Yeah.
In video is a recording
Yeah,
button.
yeah. And when you're in a still,
Yeah.
you know only the button that is in the gray, that's the button that works in the still. Or
Yeah, which were pretty much most. I mean, the lock will still work, so all the buttons will work. It tells you what they do when in photo and what they
Yeah.
do when in video.
okay. Okay. Good. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, thank you very much. Yeah. For all the insight. I think it's. I mean, I already made my.
Yeah, you put an order. You put the
Yeah.
pre-order, so that's good. Already.
Yeah. I just want to come and then really feel it in my
It's
hand. and
always
just-
nice to.
Yeah. And then just keep waiting.
Not long now, since you were one of the first ones to put an order through. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, yeah.
You're welcome.
Honestly, thank you very much.